Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at our steering on our 66 Mustang. When I was out for a drive recently, I went to adjust my seat and I noticed the steering wheel kind of pulled back on me like this, and it had quite a bit of play in there. So I'm going to jump into this and see what we can figure out and see what the cause is and see what we can do to fix it. So stick around if you'd like to see how I did it. Alright guys, so I'm in the engine bay right here, and I don't know if you can see it, but the top bolt right up at the very top of the camera right here on the rag joint, it looks like it is missing the nut that goes onto there. So that would be the fix for this, is to get a new nut to keep it in place right there, or I believe like a lock washer and a nut. But before I go trying to tackle that part, I think I'm actually going to pull it out of there, because I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there where the rag joint ends, there is a bit of a gap in the rag joint to the steering box shaft right here, and from what I've been reading is that should be past where it is right now. It should be closer to the end of the steering box right here. So I'm gonna dig into this a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can get in there and adjust my steering column and adjust everything to get it where it should be. If that doesn't work, I did pick up one of these Borgeson universal 3/4 inch U-joints right here for the steering. So I may try this right here, we'll see, but I do want to try and get in there and see if I can get that a little bit better than what it is right now. Alright guys, so I'm going to get in here on this rag joint and I'm going to loosen the set screw right in here, and I'm going to see if I can get this slid down a little bit more to where it should be on the steering box. Alright, here is our set screw. We'll pop that out of there and set it off to the side. Alright guys, now in here on my steering column I have this trim ring that covers the gap in between the hub right here for the steering wheel and the steering column. So I'm going to loosen this set screw, slide this ring away, and then I'm going to go back into the engine compartment and see if I can pull that rag joint closer to the steering box where it should be. Alright, so right up here is the rag joint, and what I've been able to do in order to get it closer to my steering box right here is I just was able to get in here with a little bit of a pry bar and just kind of pry on the metal part back here on the rag joint in order to extend my collapsible steering column down a little bit to be able to reach this right here. So I got a little bit more to go on it right here, and then once I have that, then I should be able to push this back in, and then I can mark it so where it'll, I can see where I need to file it down a little bit to make a flat mark, and then from there I should be able to put my set screw in and tighten it down, and that should hold everything where it needs to be. So let's try that. Alright, so now that we've got our rag joint pushed down to where it should be, I'm going to go on ahead and take a little marker. I'm going to find that little set screw hole, and I'm going to put a little mark on that, and then I'm going to slide up slide back up the rag joint, and then from there I should be able to get a file up in here, and we should be able to try and get a little flat spot going on that shaft so it'll set correctly on there. Okay, so got that marked. Now we'll go back up top and pull that up and then try and get in there with a little bit of a file. Alright guys, so now that we've got that ground down flat, we can go on ahead and lower our rag joint back down, and we can bolt it back in. Alright guys, now we have our set screw right here. We're going to go on ahead and we're going to set this back into this hole right here and thread it on in. And then once we get that set down, we'll put on our nut to lock everything down. Alright, now that we have our set screw in, we'll go on ahead and set in our nut, our locking nut right here. Now I did use Loctite on both of these right here, so hopefully nothing should go anywhere now. Alright guys, so I got this stud out of there. This is the backup, I believe, to if in case the rag joint fails, this piece will catch the metal flange back here so you could still steer. So this is what lost the nut. I found another nut that will fit on here, so I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to put this back together and put some Loctite around it and get it tightened on down. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're gonna tighten down this set screw right here on the on this little cover that it just kind of covers the gap between your steering column and your steering wheel hub. So I'm just going to get it where I want it, and we'll get that tightened on down. Alright. Alright guys, so that is all there is to fixing the rag joint on your 66 Mustang. Now not all 66 Mustangs are going to have a rag joint. This is, mine is an aftermarket setup, and I have a 69 steering column in here and a Borgeson steering box right here. So not everybody's going to have it, but if you do have a rag joint, hopefully it helps out, if you lose a bolt out of it or something like that right there. Of course, steering is a safety thing, so definitely, if you don't feel comfortable working on your own steering, find a reputable shop that does know how to do it. Of course, if you do it yourself, just do so at your own risk, of course. But overall, I think we did a good job on it right here. I think it's solid now. It's not going anywhere. The steering wheel is not flopping up and down like it was earlier. We got the screws all tightened down and everything, and the new nut on the rag joint right there with a washer and some Loctite. So again, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.